Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Barbecue. My name is Mike. Today we're going to be doing a smoked chuck roast recipe that was inspired by a friend of mine, a fellow YouTube creator, and we're going to get started right now. Alright, two real quick things before we get started here today. First, I want to thank my friend Rus Jones over at Smoky Ribs. He's a fellow YouTube creator. He's become a great friend and a great mentor to me. He gave me a shout out recently, brought a lot of new subscribers to my channel. Russ, thank you. I really appreciate it, man. I welcome all those new subscribers. I hope you guys have fun and enjoy this ride with me. Alright, next. This recipe that we're going to do was inspired by another good friend of mine, another YouTube creator. His name is Sandy, and he's got a channel called Jus Piddlin BBQ. I'm going to put a link up here in the iCard for his channel. Sandy's just a wonderful product reviewer. He's got a couple cookers and he's adding more cookers as he goes. He's great at reviewing those things and giving opinions and explaining them in a way where everybody can understand. He's also got some great recipes, one that we're going to be doing today. So now, without further ado, let me bring you in closer and let me show you what we're going to work on today. Alright, so what I have here is about a 2.5, this is a little bit more than a 2.5 pound chuck roast. And the plan for this cook, and I did this last year, I didn't film it, this was before I had a channel. We're going to get about 2 hours of smoke on this at a low temperature. And then we're going to be putting this into a foil pan and braising it in some beef broth and some spices. And we'll get to that when we get to that point. For now, I simply want to go ahead, stuff this thing with some garlic cloves, season it with Malcolm Reed's all-purpose rub, and just get it out on the smoker, which, by the way, we've got a new smoker we're premiering on the show today. It's going to be the Camp Chef Smoke Pro SG. I'm real excited about it. It came this past week. I assembled it. I used it for my daughter's birthday party yesterday. Did some burgers and some hot dogs. Great cooker. And I'm really excited to see how that thing works over the next several weeks as I use it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started first and foremost by seasoning this roast. Alright, so let's get a nice coat of this AP rub. And go ahead and get the sides as well. Alright, so now that we've got a nice coating of that rub on here, what I'm going to be doing is just getting in here, twisting a little hole, and then we're going to be stuffing these with some garlic cloves. Alright, and finally we're going to get that last one in there. Now the deal is, you can go without this garlic if you don't like garlic, but because of my flavor profile and what I'm going for today, this is going to go perfect. You guys will see how we're doing that and putting that together when we get to the braising stage. Meanwhile, we've got enough garlic in here. This meat was just taken out of the refrigerator. Remember, cold meat gets more smoke, so we're going to get right outside, get that pellet smoker up to temperature, and as soon as we're ready, we want to get this on and get it cooking. I'll meet you guys outside. Alright guys, so I'm excited to have this cooker here on our channel. We've got the Camp Chef Smoke Pro SG with the Sear box attachment. I'm super excited to try that out. Yesterday we did some burgers and dogs on here for my daughter's birthday party, and they were outstanding. You know, typical pellet grill burgers and dogs. They were very, very good. So today's going to be my first long smoke test. Semi-long anyway with this chuck roast. So let's go ahead and get this thing turned on and get it preheated. So we want to get that turned on. And today we're going to be using this high smoke setting, which is going to give us some heavy smoke around a 220 temperature, and that's what we're going to want to roll with the whole time as we get that 2 hours of smoke on this chuck roast. Now, like most pellet grills, you want to make sure you open the lid during the startup process. Once it gets started, all the fans start kicking in. It's time to shut that lid, let that temperature build up. Alright, now our fans just kicked on. That means this startup cycle is just about complete. It's time to go ahead and get this lid closed and let this thing come up to our desired temperature. Okay, we're up to temperature. It's time to get this chuck roast on. And we are just going to place this right here and literally leave it for 2 hours. I'm really just going for 2 hours of smoke here. I want to get as much smoky flavor in there as we can before we go to the tenderizing stage. So I'll meet you guys back here when that 2 hours is up. All right, it has been 2 hours, and the color on this chuck roast is just glorious. I don't really know what else to say. It's time to pull this, get this into a foil pan, and go ahead and get into the tenderizing stage. So I'm gonna pull this here. All right, just take a look at that color. That garlic is just oozing into that meat. Now let's get this inside. I'll show you guys the next step. All right, so I've got this roast inside, and you know, when I saw Sandy's recipe, he did some really cool stuff with how he braised it in this foil. And you know, of course, I'm gonna put my own twist on it. There's some flavor profiles that I really like that I'm gonna go with here. So we're gonna add quite a few things to this. Let's go ahead and get started adding some of these ingredients. So the first thing we wanna do is just add some beef broth. Now we're gonna add some green peppers in here that I've sliced. Now we love pepperoncinis around here, so I'm gonna go ahead, get these pepperoncinis in here. And for those of you that have watched my show for the past several months, you know how much we love giardiniera. This is a hot, spicy mixture. It goes real well with beef, and especially with these flavor profiles that we're trying to hit. And I'll have a link to this down in the description. I know that this is not available everywhere, so you can get it on Amazon. I'll put it in the description. And we're just gonna go ahead, pour that on top of that roast. As this cooks, all those juices and flavors are gonna just go down into that broth and into that meat. A few more cloves of garlic. Can you tell we like garlic around here? And we've got probably about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire here. We've got some Italian seasoning, some au jus gravy mix, and about a tablespoon of fresh ground black pepper. Okay, so we're gonna leave this just like this. As this sweats down, all these flavors are gonna come together. So now, next step is to get some foil on here. You really wanna make sure this is tight around the edges. Okay, so there's really not much more for you to see outside. Now, I will tell you that I've turned up the pellet grill to 275 from 225. So we're gonna finish this off at 275 the rest of the way. And I'm not going for any specific time frame here. I'm going for tenderness. So my guess is this is gonna take another 2.5, 3 hours for it to get real tender. It could be less. Once it becomes that right texture where I can shred it, that's what we're looking for. And we've decided we're gonna do some pulled beef sandwiches with this today. So I can't wait to build one of those for you. Setting that right there, and we are gonna leave that until we get our right tenderness. I'm guessing it's gonna be 2 hours, could be 3 hours, I don't know, we're gonna find out. Last time I did this recipe, I really wasn't filming or anything, so I don't remember, you know, I didn't keep tabs on the time, but we're not in any hurry. We've got some company here today, we're just hanging out, we're having a good time and relaxing, it's a weekend. So we're gonna give this all the time it needs to produce the right flavor and the right tenderness. All right, it has been about 3.5 hours, and this chuck roast is good to go. I just wanted to show you, this is what you're looking for here. When you can just pull that like this and it comes apart, this is the tenderness that we're looking for. All right, here we go. This has been resting for about 10 minutes. I already took a little peek, but just check that out. And this is exactly the way you want it. You just want it to pull apart like this. So this thing is ready to eat. So my next thing here is to go ahead and shred this up. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna go ahead and build a sandwich. All right, we are all done shredding this, and man, the smell is just so good. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm getting some of that spice from the giardiniera. I can smell the peppers, the pepperoncini, the garlic. I mean, just take a look at the smoke ring we got here. We got a good amount of smoke on that from that smoke at the beginning. So all that's left to do is go ahead and build a sandwich. I say let's do it. All right, now I did decide, because this is so juicy, that I'm actually gonna just put a little coating of mozzarella cheese down here on this bottom bun to just try to help keep that bun from getting too soggy. I'm not sure anything's gonna help, but you know what? This is all goodness. This is gonna eat great no matter what. All right, now it is just time for some of this goodness right here. Make sure we get a couple peppers on there. Pile it a little bit higher. All right, let's cap this bad boy. All right, guys, that's what we're working with. It's absolutely beautiful. We paired this with a little bit of potato salad. Want to thank Sandy one more time for motivating me to get this done with that video that he did. You know, it really inspired me. I guess that's probably a better word. I hope you'll check out his channel. I'm going to put a link down below. I had an iCard earlier on. But hey, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm ready to dig in. You guys ready for a taste test? Because it's dinner time and I'm ready to eat. I know this is going to be soggy, but whatever. Yeah, she's falling apart on me a little bit, but you know what? That's just going to eat all the much better. Here we go. Take a look at that. I'm going in for more. Turned out excellent. This is probably even better than the first time I did it. I added a couple more seasonings into this. Don't worry, all the ingredients are going to be in the description. Plus I put a pinned comment in every video now with an exact duplicate of my description, so you can't miss it. The whole recipe is going to be there, okay? So hey, want to thank Camp Chef, want to thank Jus Piddlin BBQ, want to thank Rus Jones over at Smoky Ribs one more time. Most importantly, I want to thank you guys for supporting and watching my channel. Take care. Till next time, I'll see you guys on the next episode.